This might be one of the most important videos you'll ever watch, and I'm not saying that just for the sake of it. Today we are going to talk about something that most people avoid, something people don't openly discuss, but millions are silently struggling with every single day, and that is porn addiction. Now, if you click on this video, there's a reason. Maybe you feel like you're losing control. Maybe you're trying to stop, but you keep going back. Or maybe you're just curious about how this actually affects your mind and your life. Whatever your reason is, I want you to know one thing. This is a judgment-free space. I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to help you understand what's really going on and how you can take your control back. So before we move further, make sure you subscribe to our channel, Peak Life Journey, to get more of these quality content. And let's begin. Nobody wakes up one day and decides to become addicted. It never starts the way. It usually begins with curiosity. Maybe a friend mentioned something, maybe you came across something online by accident, or maybe you were just bored and started exploring. At first, it feels harmless. You tell yourself it's normal, everyone does it. And honestly, in today's world, exposure is almost unavoidable. But here's where things slowly begin to change. What starts as something occasional becomes something regular. What feels like a choice slowly turns into a habit. And then one day, without even realizing it, it turns into a dependency. There comes a moment when you start noticing something isn't right. You tell yourself you'll stop. You try to take a break, but you keep going back. And the worst part isn't even the act itself. It's what comes after. That feeling of guilt, that voice in your head saying, why did I do that again? You feel like you're wasting your time, your energy, your potential. And yet, you repeat the same cycle. That's when it's no longer just a habit. That's when it becomes an addiction. Let's break this down in a simple way. Your brain is designed to seek pleasure, and when you watch porn, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is what makes you feel good. But here's the problem. Porn delivers an unnatural level of stimulation. It's fast, it's intense, and it's easily available. Over time, your brain starts getting used to that high level of stimulation, and then something dangerous happens. Real life starts feeling dull. Normal interaction don't excite you as much. Conversations feel boring. Even real relationships don't give up the same satisfaction. And slowly, your brain loses interest in real experiences. This doesn't just stay in your brain, it starts showing up in your life. You may not notice it immediately, but over time, the effects become clear. Your confidence starts dropping. You hesitate more. You overthink more. You doubt yourself more. You might feel less motivated to work on your goals. You start avoiding social situations. And deep down, there's a constant feeling that you're not in control of yourself. And when a person feels like they can't control their own action, their self-respect takes a hit. That's where the real damage begins. Let me show you the cycle that traps most people. It usually starts with boredom or stress. You look for an escape, you turn to porn, you feel temporary relief, then comes the crash, guilt, regret, and frustration. And to escape those negative feelings, you go back to the same thing again. And just like that, the loop continues over and over again. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and sometimes even years. And all this time, your energy, your focus, and your potential slowly drain away. Now here's the part you've probably been waiting for. How do you actually break this? First, you need to be honest with yourself. If you keep telling yourself it's not a big deal, you'll never change. Awareness is the first step. Second, you need to change your environment. Most relapses don't happen because you're weak. They happen because you're alone, bored, and constantly on your phone. If you don't change your surroundings, nothing will change. Start filling your time with better alternatives. Move your body, go to the gym, learn something new, talk to people. Your brain doesn't just need removal, it needs replacement. This is more than just quitting a habit. This is about building control over your mind. Start small, don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. 1 day of control, then 3 days, then a week. You will fail at times, that's normal. But every time you get back, you become stronger. And slowly, something shifts inside you. You stop feeling like a victim and you start feeling in control. I want you to understand something very important. You're not the only one going through this. There are millions of people dealing with the same struggle. The only difference is some people stay stuck in it and some people decide to break out of it and change their life. And that decision is completely in your hands. And one more thing I want to leave you with, this journey is not about becoming perfect overnight. It's about becoming a little better every single day. There will be days when you feel strong and there will be days when you slip, and that's okay. What matters is that you don't give up on yourself. Every time you choose discipline over impulse, every time you choose growth over comfort, you're literally rewiring your brain and building a strong version of yourself. Change doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens in small decisions repeated daily. And imagine this for a second. Imagine waking up with a clear mind, more energy, more confidence, and full control over your actions. Imagine not feeling that guilt anymore, not being stuck in that cycle, and actually focusing on your goals, your purpose, and your life. That version of you is real. It's possible, and it's waiting on the other side of the decision you start making today. So take the first step, even if it's small, because the life you want is built by the choices you make right now. And before I end this video, there's something very important that most people don't realize: how porn actually affects your sexual life in the long run. When you constantly watch porn, your brain gets used to very unrealistic version of intimacy. Everything looks perfect, exaggerated, and instant. But real life is completely different. Because of this, many people start facing issues like reduced attraction to real partners, difficulty staying aroused, or even performance anxiety. Your brain becomes so dependent on artificial stimulation that normal, real life intimacy doesn't feel as exciting anymore. And over time, this can lead to serious problems like lack of satisfaction, weak connection with your partner, and even erectile issues in some cases. The most dangerous part is that many people don't even realize that porn is the root cause. They think something is wrong with them physically, when in reality, it's their brain that has been conditioned in the wrong way. But the good news is, this is reversible. When you start cutting down and give your brain time to reset, your sensitivity improves, your confidence comes back, and the real connections start feeling meaningful again. That's when you truly understand the difference between artificial pleasure and real intimacy. So basically, porn addiction is something called an artificial pleasure that destroys your mind and your life as well. If you have watched this video till the end, it means a part of you wants to change, and that's powerful. So right now, I want you to do something simple. Go down in the comment and write, "I will take control." Make that commitment to yourself. If this video helped you, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs this, and subscribe to Peak Life Journey. Because here we don't just talk, we grow, we improve, and we take control of our lives.